Hi everybody, it is President's Day and your girl got the day off. I am really excited that I have today off. I mean, I have a lot to do today. I'm currently doing laundry. I have to clean my apartment. You can't really see it because I'm trying to really hide it, but honestly, look at that sink. It's so full. And you know why I got a full sink? Because the dishes in my dishwasher are clean and I just haven't gotten around putting them away. I ran the dishwasher, 3-4 days ago, and now my sink is really full. All week I've just been so busy, so I've been doing the thing where you just drop your stuff, go to bed, start your day all new and leave the old stuff there, and it's just I've been doing it every day. And I realized how bad it got last night, and it really bothered my anxiety. And so after my audition, I had gone to my in-laws for dinner, and then when I got home I played video games and then I went to bed because I knew it got late enough to where if I tried cleaning, I'd be up till 2-3 a.m. cleaning, because I've done that. I'll realize oh no, this is bothering my anxiety, let's pick up a little bit. But it's not just picking up a little bit, it is cleaning until it reaches my standard of perfection. And of course that doesn't help my anxiety at all. When I'm tired is when my anxiety gets bad, and the later I stay up, obviously the more tired I get, and so nothing is the way I want it to be. And it's just, you know what? Tomorrow's my day off. We'll do it tomorrow. So as you can see by that clock back there, it's about lunchtime now, and I haven't done a thing yet. I just started laundry. I'm gonna listen to Becoming while I clean. I got some crummy news this morning. I finally heard back from that talent agent that I met last week, and they've decided to pass. Disappointed is a bit of an understatement, but he was very encouraging. He's like, please check back 6 to 12 months when you have more experience. I'm not entirely sure what experience he's looking for, since I have a lot of it at this point. And I don't even know how yesterday's audition went. It was super fast. I was in and out within 5 minutes, so I don't know if that means that's a really good thing or a really bad thing. And I don't even know when I'll find out whether or not I got it. Filming is happening in March, April. I mean, if I don't hear back in a couple weeks, I'm just going to assume I didn't get it. I should really assume now that I didn't get it and be pleasantly surprised later. I mean, the season's just started. A lot can happen this season. But basically, I didn't vlog it all yesterday because I didn't read it all yesterday. I want to try to read today. I'll check in with you guys later to see how I do today. Alright, I got distracted for an hour and a half over wedding photos because I realized I had an empty frame that I needed to fill with a wedding photo, so I stopped cleaning for a while. But look, my table's clear now. I still have to do, ooh, that made me dizzy. If that made you dizzy, I'm sorry. I still need to do my dishes. But as I'm picking up all the shoes, I realized that I need to actually toss these. I've had them for 4 or 5 years at this point. Probably not as long, but long enough to where the heel started going, or the sole rather started going, and so I glued the sole, and it was rainy the last time I wore them, which is why they're all muddy and gross. But apparently there's a hole I didn't see, and a lot of water got in, so I don't think there's any saving these. So I have to toss them, but I love them. So it wasn't 3 or 4 years. It had been a couple of years. I've had them for a while, longer than I normally have my shoes, because I destroy my shoes. But they had such a good run. I love them. Hey, look at this. New kitchen. Oh, it is. So this was the biggest hurdle that I needed to get through today. I got it done. I still need to organize the living room because everything that was on the kitchen table was brought into the living room for me to deal with later. And I need to do a surface clean of the bathroom. But both of those tasks I would imagine I would get through pretty quickly tonight. But the kitchen is clean. That's all I wanted. And I just need to check on the laundry, which is the very last load that's in the dryer. So far it's been rather productive. I listened to a couple of chapters of Becoming so far. I don't know how long I'm going to continue listening to it. My phone's sort of dying, but I want to try to continue this for as long as I can. So it's super late, so I'm not going to go in depth of what I read today. I just know I listened to Becoming for a few hours. I was successful in cleaning my bathroom, but eventually I got super tired, and I really just did the barest of jobs when it comes to cleaning my living room. I mean, I won't be embarrassed if someone comes over unexpectedly. It looks like that I'm not a complete trash panda, so I've reached my goal. It's super late, it's past midnight, and I need to still fold my laundry. I ended up staying up much later than I meant to because I realized, hey, it's Monday and I didn't post anything yet. So it took me like 3 or 4 hours to edit the vlog that I just put up. But I got it done. But I really need to go to bed. I need to fold my laundry first because all my laundry is like covered on my side of the bed. So I need to fold my laundry before I can go to bed, and I need to shower. I have a bit of a long day tomorrow. I'm not working a double. I have my usual shift at job 1 in the morning, and then I'm actually going to this audition workshop that the casting director I talked about in this video asked me if I was available for. She helps teach a bunch of grad students at BU, and she'll occasionally bring in actual actors for these kids to work with, and so they're not working with amateur actors. And she asked a bunch of people if they were available, and I said yes, absolutely, because we gotta kiss as much butt as we can. So I have a bit of a long day ahead of me tomorrow, so I need to get going, which is why I'm not getting into what I read today. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi everybody, it's Wednesday night, so it's been a couple days since I last checked in. Last time I checked in was Monday. I had a day off, and I spent that day cleaning. I had listened to Becoming for a couple hours. I didn't check in at the end of the day, but I had in total read 42 pages of Becoming. I still can't believe I listened to this book for two and a half hours and I only read 42 pages. And at the end of the day, I could have read more, but in the end I didn't. I decided to edit a video. And while I was editing that video that eventually went live that night, I realized, oh, dang it, I had wanted to do the 24 readathon. I'll just do it tomorrow. So that's what I did Tuesday. I did a 24 readathon and didn't vlog a second of it. I was like, you know what? It's almost poetic. I haven't read on like any of the Tuesdays this month. The first Tuesday and the second Tuesday, I didn't read a single page. So it was almost poetic that I would do my 24 readathon on a Tuesday. And so while I was at work, I just listened to the audiobook for the majority of my day. My shift is pretty short. It's about 5 hours. And I started listening to the audiobook around 11 o'clock. And after work, I was going to that acting class I had told you guys about on Monday. I was volunteering my time for an auditioning workshop. The casting director that I've worked with previously, she had asked if I was available for either 2:30 or the 6:30 class. I was like, I'm available for both, but whichever one I'll show. And she originally had me down for 2:30. But while I was at work, she reached out to me and saying, hey, I can't actually use you for 2:30. Are you available for 6:30 still? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So I had time to kill in between. So I did attempt to listen to the audiobook on my way into Boston, but I don't know why, but I still get car sick if I listen to a podcast or an audiobook. If I listen to music, I'm fine, but if I'm listening to an audiobook, all of a sudden I eventually get really dizzy and really nauseous. But to kill time once I got into Boston, remember when I said in last week's video that my nail was splitting, but as long as I kept nail polish on it, it should be fine? Unfortunately, while I was raking my fingers through my hair, like a single hair, got in between that little split, and then it pulled on it. So it like tore it a tiny bit. Like, thankfully it didn't do it a whole lot, but my finger was still like tender to the touch the next day. So I decided while I was in Boston to get my nails done. I decided to get a full set of acrylics, and I love them. I usually get square tips whenever I get acrylics, but I was like, you know what? The almond nails have had me intrigued for a while. Let's get a set of almond nails. And I got this nude color just because, you know, I thought the almond nails were a little dramatic, and I figured maybe a nude color would like lessen the dramatics a tiny bit. I found a place super close to the class, and the lady was really nice. However, I wouldn't go back to this place again. They rushed through the nail job pretty quickly. I had gone in with still pink nail polish on my hands, and taking that off and putting on a set and putting gel polish on my nails took me less than 45 minutes, which is really fast for a nail appointment. The acrylics themselves are really nice. They feel pretty thin and they don't look like I have anything extra on my hands. However, the paint job is a little janky. Like there's a couple of spots where they didn't completely take off the pink I originally had on, and when they put on the gel, they didn't completely cover the nail. So there's a couple of points on my hands where you can still see old pink polish. And honestly, I'm of the opinion if I'm paying extra for gel, this needs to look better than it does. From a distance, they look great. They look fabulous. It's just when the longer you look at them, you can see more flaws in the polish and in the, yes, overall construction. Like there's one or two nails that like the point is listing off to one side and it's not completely center, but like I said, at a distance, they look great. The lady also tore into my nail beds a little bit. As you can see, some points are like bleeding a tiny bit still. I mean, obviously they're not bleeding still. They're rough looking. This place is great if you need a really fast manicure, but because they're fast, they don't pay attention to the details. And because they were fast, I still had a tiny bit of time to kill, so I read this for a little bit before class. Don't call me crazy. And I was actually able to get more into this story about, I don't even know if I can pronounce it, trichotillomania, where the compulsion to pull out one's hair. And it looks like each of these stories is just that person's like personal relationship to mental illness. I didn't get very far before class started. So in total, I read 43 pages on Tuesday. Now today, I had every intention of continuing on this morning just to like wrap up the 24 readathon for myself. But of course, like real life got in the way and I didn't get around to it. So I didn't read as much as I would have liked to have had during my 24 readathon. But I'm glad to say after my 24-hour readathon, I only had a chapter left of Becoming. So that's what I did today. I like buckled down and I read the last chapter of Becoming and I finished it today. I'm really pleased that I finally got to finish this audiobook. Like I enjoyed the experience, but I felt like I was wasting readathon time listening to this audiobook because she was reading so slow, because there's just a lot of content. An hour would take me like 10-15 pages to read, whereas if I was sitting down reading a book, I could probably get through it up to 50. So this wasn't exactly the greatest choice for this particular readathon, but I really enjoyed this book. I loved listening to Michelle Obama just tell her story. And that's what this was. This starts off when she was a child living in the south side of Chicago up to when she like leaves the White House as First Lady. I ended up rating this a full 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I had some time before work to just sit down and read, and I continued on with this for a little bit. And I actually started this today. This is I'm listening to the audiobook version of this. While I was paging at work today, I still had like 30 minutes left of paging when I finally finished Becoming. So I started Pride by E.B. Savoy. I haven't gotten all that far. I only read 4 pages before I had to like stop listening to it and like work on something else. So today I read a total of 55 pages. Now that this is done, I'm going to try to buckle down and read other things just to try to get my numbers up a little bit. I actually requested a couple of the Secret books by like Frank Warren. I've never actually read them, and I was reading this week's Post Secret. I was like, you know what, I've never read them. Let's see if I can get them out of the library. And reading those will definitely help my numbers a little bit. Let's hope they actually show up before the end of the month. Hello. It's Thursday, and I actually didn't have to work a double today, so as soon as I got home, I started reading. I actually read for, I want to say a couple hours. I wasn't keeping track to the actual time. But I read something I haven't read in a long time. I decided that I was starting to get burnt out of regular books, and I didn't want that to happen, especially during the Booktube games. So I decided to read something that I haven't read in a while, which was Harry Potter fan fiction. I have to say, I can't remember the last time I read Harry Potter fan fiction. It's been years, I think. I want to say it has been years since I've read Harry Potter fan fiction. And a lot has changed in that genre since I've last read it. Now, I'm not going to tell you who my OTP is. I don't need you telling me what I already know, that I need Jesus. So I'm going to keep that pretty close to my chest. But you can bet it was some pretty raunchy smut that I read today. And of course, because it was fanfiction.net, I can't necessarily tell you the exact amount of pages I read. So I'm going to guesstimate. I am going to guesstimate on the lower side just to keep things fair. So I'm going to say that I read about 50 pages today. Because it was for a couple hours. And I know while I was listening to that audiobook, I would read like 20 to 30 pages at a time. And I physically read faster than I listen to audiobooks. Or at least faster than the person speaking the words to me. So I'm guessing about 50 pages. I read until I gave myself a headache. I haven't done that in a while. It could be because it's the screen and not necessarily a book. But I had to stop after a while because my head was starting to really hurt. And after reading for a while, I went to the gym. I could have listened to my audiobook then, but I like to listen to music while I work out. Yeah, and that's all the reading I did today. I brought my audiobook to listen to work, and I didn't even do that. I just wasn't into it. Like I said, I was starting to get burned out. I am going to try to continue on with both Don't Call Me Crazy and Pride tomorrow, since I am walking to and from work. That's when I'm going to take the time to listen to the audiobook, and hopefully, if things aren't too busy, I want to read some more of Don't Call Me Crazy. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you for today. You know, on the way out of work, I had so much confidence that I was going to make this train. And of course, I didn't. The one time the train had to be on time. Dang flabbit. It's okay. I'm going to use this time to finish reading. My goal for today was to read 100 pages of Don't Call Me Crazy, and I'm just a little shy of that. So I'm going to read some more while I'm waiting for this train. But another what the hell sort of moment happened while I was reading at work. I had realized that I never gave myself the extra points for the second challenge, read while you're at work, at a place that doesn't usually allow reading. I read at work. That was 50 pages. And the do the whole readathon was supposed to count for 100 pages. I did both. I didn't think to give myself those points. Of course, I updated the spreadsheet accordingly because I was like, I did it, so I'm going to give myself the points. And I'm slightly worried that people are going to see that and think, oh, this person's cheating. So my anxiety is like rearing her ugly little head and telling me this. And the other piece of me is going, honey, they don't know you exist. They're not paying attention to you. I just hate conflict so much. But I'm going to go inside where it's nice and warm and wait for this dang old train. Alright, so it is almost 1:30 in the morning. I need to be up for work in about 6 hours, so I need to make this fast. After checking in with you guys last, I had said that I wanted to try to reach the 100-page mark of Don't Call Me Crazy. I read this for actually 3 hours while I was at work. It was pretty slow today. It was pretty dead. And I made it to 104 pages before my train came, and then I walked the rest of the way home. During my walk, I continued with Pride by Evie's Boy. And this has been a relatively fast audiobook. Granted, I have it playing at 1.5 speed, so it is moving much faster than Becoming. After borrowing it from the library, I realized I actually bought it as an Audible credit like ages ago. So I returned the audiobook, and I'm listening to this through Audible, which gives me the option of listening to it at a faster speed. So I read about 73 pages of this on my walk to and from work today. So I read a total of 177 pages, which is a pretty good number, especially since the last couple days I have been averaging about 50 or so pages. When I got home, I kind of just wanted to relax, and so my evening consisted of, making popcorn and watching Disney movies. I don't think one of them was actually a Disney movie, now that I'm thinking about it. I decided to watch Finding Dory and Smallfoot. These are items that I borrowed from my library. I'm like, well, they're due soon. Let's actually watch them. I did laundry, which of course I still have laundry all over my bed. I'm going to have to put that away before I can go to bed. May the Lord have mercy on my procrastinating patoot. After watching Finding Dory and I had put in Smallfoot, I realized, I haven't actually started editing a video I wanted to get out today. So I edited and posted my December reading wrap up. I don't want February to be completely reading vlogs, and so I'm trying to post my reading vlogs on Mondays and something different on a Friday or Saturday. Normally, it being so late, I would just post this video tomorrow, but tomorrow I actually plan on going to a friend's birthday thing. A friend of mine wants to go to this axe throwing bar. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm worried I'm gonna maim someone. Pray for me, y'all. Fingers crossed that I don't kill somebody tomorrow. And then the very next day, we're meeting my in-laws for lunch because it's my mother-in-law's birthday. And I'm going to have to make sure I call my dad sometime that day because that's also his birthday. So a lot of birthdays are happening this weekend. So I don't think I want to check in with you guys very soon. I think I'm going to have to check in with you guys on Sunday and end this vlog on a Sunday rather than a Saturday. So I did a lot tonight. I don't know if you would call it productive, but I did a lot tonight. Oh, and another highlight to my day before I let you guys go. My wedding portrait came. Excuse the mess of my desk. Oh, you probably didn't even notice until I said something. Let's angle this a little bit better so you think a little bit more highly of me. But look at it. I think it came out awesome. We look so happy. I love it. I am going to have to move some photos over here in order to fit it. I'm running out of space. But I have to hang this. It's so lovely. Alright, I'm going to bed now. Bye. Alright, hi everybody. It is Sunday. Like I said in my previous clip on Friday, it's look, I just don't see me vlogging for the next couple of days. I'll check back in on Sunday. And as I suspected, I had to wait until today to just check in with you guys and let you guys know what I read for Saturday. Yesterday I actually had to do the paging list like I usually do on Saturday mornings, and I listened to about 90 pages of Pride. I'm now here. I don't have a bookmark in this yet. I'm listening to it as an audiobook, so I've only been using the physical book to reference to the amount of pages I've been reading. That's where I am in the book. I'm a little over halfway now, so 90 pages of that, and after paging, I worked at the desk for an hour and then I had lunch. During my lunch break, I listened. I didn't listen to this. I read 25 pages of Don't Call Me Crazy. I'm enjoying both of them. Like I said, I see me finishing these two books pretty soon. I'd be very surprised if I didn't finish both of these by the end of next week. After work, I went axe throwing. It was my friend's birthday, and that's what we decided to do. We went to get dinner first, and after dinner, we had walked over to the axe throwing place. When we first got there, there's a reason why we had to park at the restaurant, because when we first got there, this is one of those plazas where it has multiple things going on. There's virtual reality, there's an escape room, there's the axe throwing, there's a trampoline place. There's so much going on, and the parking lot is so small. There was a line of cars going in, line of cars going out. We had looped the parking lot 3 times before we went, you know what, we're not finding a spot. And then we ended up parking at a nearby restaurant, eating there, and then walking to the axe throwing place. That's what our friends ended up having to do as well, park someplace else. Axe throwing was a lot of fun. I didn't think I was going to do that great. Honestly, my main goal is don't maim anyone, don't kill anyone. 2 very doable goals in my opinion. Don't maim anyone, don't kill anyone. And I did better than that. I actually got a bullseye twice, I think. I didn't get a whole lot, but I got bullseye at least twice. And then not only is there a bullseye, but in the 2 upper corners of the board, there's very small green spots, and those were worth 7 points. That I got super close once. I think I made it this far from the green dot. It was definitely worth doing again. During our entire allotted time, we actually had someone with us giving us pointers on how to throw the axe and taking down points for us, because we were playing a game where you had to get up to 21 points. I loved that we had someone with us the entire time. I loved how you got to see everyone else throw axes as well. It was a really cool setup. I would definitely do this again. And today it was my mother-in-law's little birthday get-together that we had. Her birthday was on Friday, and so we celebrated it today. We got Chinese food, we had some cake, and then we came home. While I was out last night, I actually did hear back about that audition that I did on Sunday. Remember when I said that it either went really bad or really poorly because it was so fast? It went really well. I got the job. I'm really excited about it. I shoot in April. That was just some really fun, cool news to get while I was out last night. I'm not reading today because I actually do have another bigger audition tomorrow. The project itself is pretty well known. It will look good for me to be a part of it. So I really hope tomorrow goes well. I really hope I book it. So because this is a big deal, I'm going to be prepping for this audition. I'm not reading today. It's just not happening. And of course, all of the other times I wrote down how much I read for the week, and I didn't do that. Give me a second. Alright, so I read a total of 115 pages today, and I read a total of 623 pages for the week. I think I'm going to wait until the end of the next vlog to say how many pages I read in total for the entire month. That's all I have to say for this vlog. It was rather successful reading wise and acting wise. I also booked something else. I do this free class with the local casting director that I talked about in the previous vlog, and she's invited me to do this class again. It's non-paying, but it's still a little something to add to my portfolio and to my resume. So I'm doing that in the next coming month as well. Next coming, I don't know if that made sense, but y'all know what I mean. So very successful reading wise and acting wise. I'm like really excited. This season, this acting season is off to a bang. I honestly can't wait to see how the rest of the season goes. But I'll let y'all know how I do or how it went with this audition next week. Bye guys.